My God, my God, my God. We caught Newt Gingrich red-handed. Unbelievable. If you did not listen yesterday I think it was in the second hour. We did this in the second hour. In the second hour yesterday, I was sharing with folks about how Newt Gingrich had basically gone on Spanish language television over the weekend, right? He had gone on Spanish language television over the weekend. He went on Univision. They have a great Sunday show for those of you who are, that speak Spanish. It's called Al Punto, and it's with Jorge Ramos, and it's always informative. He does. It's kind of like Meet the Press, only it's more newsy, but it's really good, right? And so Newt Gingrich goes on there because, of course, he's announcing his thing. He wants to be president, etc. And we have talked extensively on this program about how Newt Gingrich has worked to create this or to do this outreach bit into Latino voting blocks. And so he has this Latino website in English called the Americano. And then I'm assuming that's the way he pronounces it. And then he has another website that's in Spanish. And keep in mind that this is the guy who said that Spanish is the language of the ghetto and said that Spanish was the language of poverty. All right? So since then, he, I guess, has looked at the demographics and he's got religion. So he goes on, and I talked about this yesterday, but I just want to catch you up because there was big developments today that are going to absolutely blow your mind. And I'm not exaggerating because they've blown mine. And Rick, you should link to the story I wrote about it on MarioWire.com on my page on AM760.net because there's some links that people are going to want to see, right? So we talk about this, and basically he goes on Al Punto, and he says that he believes that there should be a pathway to legalization for undocumented folks. Which is just that's mind-blowing to hear that from Newt Gingrich, right? Now, the way he wants to do it is goofy and all that. We talked about that, and we talked a little bit about that yesterday as well. But he is kind of doing this thing, but he's doing it in Spanish. He's doing it on a Spanish language station. Hoping, or my assessment, my analysis was that he was hoping that people that don't watch Spanish language TV, which will never know he said it. And so once again, I reminded, and I will remind my conservative listeners, you must listen to this program because this is the only program right here on AM 760 from 4 to 7 that is going to tell you exactly what's going on in the Republican campaign. I'm not going to lie about it or cover it up like Hannity and Rush and the others will do. I'm going to tell you what's really happening. So you have Newt Gingrich over there on Univision saying, "Oh, there should be a pathway to legalization," right? But he's not saying it in English. So I write about it. So I talked about it yesterday, and then they wrote about it on Think Progress today, I think, or they might have wrote about it yesterday, and then I decided I'm going to write about it today. And so right now, Rick is linking to that piece on my page on am760.net. So I write about it. And then I start hearing rumblings that there's nervousness in Newtland, right? Now, and nobody can deny he said it because there's a transcript and there's a recording and all of that stuff, because he doesn't know Spanish. He said it in English. When people don't speak Spanish, go on Al Punto, they dub in the Spanish, right? But so there is a recording of him saying this. And so, lo and behold, one of our team members here is helping me do, we post the story and we get some interest in it and we hear there's nervousness in Newtland, or otherwise known for you Newtinos out there, for you Latinos that love Newtinos. There's trouble in Newtlandia, right? And then suddenly, while one of my team members is doing research additional research for the story, he discovers, now check this out because it's going to blow you away, that Newt Gingrich has pooled every single item on any website that he controls that talks about immigration. Newt, this is, and there's some links. If you go to my page on am760.net, go to the story. If you don't feel like reading the story, go all the way to the bottom, and there's links there. Or you could go to Google right now. Newt's website is newt.org, right? So go to, it's either newt.org or newtgingrich.org. I forget which it is. It's one of the two. Go there and look for, and search immigration, or put in Google newt.org immigration. And when you Google that, like 20 things come up about what Newt Gingrich thinks about immigration. But when you click on the link and you go to his site, it says, this content has been removed. And it says it on every single item. Newt Gingrich, while he's pushing his pro-legalization opinion in Spanish, he is turning around and pulling everything he ever said about it in English. Now, why can that be? And you need to go to my page on am760.net. You need to go to that story. Go to the bottom. Go there. Click the links, or just Google newt.org immigration. And when when the Googly brings up all the items, click on them. Click on each and every single one of them. And each and every single one of them has been removed. Removed. Newt Gingrich is trying to erase his history on immigration. I love it. In English, he is. In Spanish, he's trying to create a new record. But in English, he's trying to erase his record. This is an amazing. By the way, let me remind you, this is one of the top contenders. This is one of the top contenders for the for the GOP presidential nomination, who has spent real staff time in the last 24 hours trying to erase his opinion on immigration. What do you think about that? The Univision interview, is that the real Newt Gingrich? Or is the English language record the real Newt Gingrich, even though he's trying to erase it? Will the real Newt Gingrich please stand up?